Bobby Durkins here. It is National Championship Eve. I'm pulling out all the stops for this one. Alabama, this is for you from my butthole, the Tiger Rag. Oh, I gotta stop it. I'm about to crap myself. Lord, how y'all doing? Bobby Durkins, Bobby Durkins, good to see you. Oh, Lord, about to crap my pants on that. If you don't know me, hit the subscribe button, you poop heads. Lord, I'm just going to tell you right now. Is this not the most wonderful time of the year? Is this not... I'm about to cry. And Alabama's about to do a lot of crying tomorrow night. And I'm just looking for the excuses. Though they'll never be, even if Alabama lost by 20 tomorrow night. I believe Clemson's going to win 34-31. I've already said this. But if Clemson beat them by 20, they still would not have as many excuses as Georgia has why they lost to Texas and why they lost by 20 to LSU. I think somebody had the goober riot. Somebody had the gout that night. Somebody found out that their dog is now part of ISIS. I don't know. There's always good to... Still won't have that many, but tomorrow night, oh, good God, I just feel it. We are winning the national championship for the second time out of the past 3 years. Whew. Lord, I'm feeling good. Tell you right now. Any of y'all appreciate the butthole song I just did? I whistled Tiger Rag without messing myself. Good job. May there to all of you. May there to all of you. I appreciate all you there. May there to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. I see Prince 6'1" in here. He was kind enough to take me and the great Pigskin Pete, which, by the way, is in here. Pigskin Pete is in there. May there, brother. May there to both of you. Tiger Nation, I don't know if you're in here. I might have been bent over doing the butthole song just a second ago. But I'm telling you right now, I'm just excited. We had a good time at that Louisville game. I read today, Pigskin Pete actually tweeted this out, where an NFL scout said the best quarterback in the country, by far, is Trevor Lawrence, the true freshman. Yeah. And that's who Alabama has the ability to play tomorrow night. They get to play them. Now, if you ask Alabama fans, they've been playing teams like Clemson every other week. Every other week, they play, LSU's just like Clemson, only Clemson has an offense. Mississippi State, they have a tall quarterback, only he's just not a quarterback. He's a good athlete lined up at the quarterback position. You talk to Alabama fans, a lot of them, they commented on my video last night and said, hey, we realize that you guys are a complete team, but this is the most complete team Saban's ever had. Complete ever. Okay, great. I did see the video going around where Sweeney and Saban was on the podium and they were asked the question. Asked this question, said, hey, there's Washington Huskies football, Clemson Car. There's a bunch of you in here. TJ Lee, saw you in here. Good to see you. They were asked a question, this is the dumbest question going around. This is also that dumb question of like best team playing best ball. I mean, I've seen some teams in the past who's lost a couple of games in the regular season, but they were definitely playing their best ball near the end of the season, but they still lost 2 games. Should they go in front of somebody who had won all of their games or, only lost 1 game? I don't know. I don't know what to say other than that's a dangerous trail to start going down. Somebody just quoted on here, AC Clemson has a cupcake schedule. If you've ever watched me, you've heard me say Clemson's schedule sucks. You must be new. Or you might be having Bama-itis tonight. That's where everything goes through a Bama filter. To where it does, if everything doesn't tell you that you're the greatest of all time, and that Tua is the answer to everything, including to the cure of AIDS in Africa, that you don't hear it. I'm looking forward to this game. Don't know why it's in Northern California. That's a dumb call. I don't care if this was, if somebody said this was going to, this decision was made 5 years ago. I don't care. I don't care if it was made 6, 7 years ago. There's not one team west of the Mississippi who was going to even think about this game and be realistic about it. They would have to ask Santa for it. And Santa, I don't know who's on here watching. All I'm going to say, yeah, it would be something that Santa would have to grant. Oh, Lord, I already see the Bama people on here. Oh, Lord, I'm already hearing them run their mouth. A lot of you wasn't pulling for Bama in 2007. There's a lot of you don't even know about Bama before 2008-ish. A lot of you don't. You couldn't tell me the first thing about them. I can tell you about my Tigers. I can tell you how mediocre they were. I can tell you how Dabo Swinney, in his second full season, had a losing record. And even I was sitting there going, we're going to have to make a change. We can't put up with this mediocrity anymore. And look what happened. There's a lot of you that are sitting here. You got your chest bowed out. You're screaming SEC. And by the way, for all you SECers, it's on here. Well, I'm an SEC fan. Yeah, you're going to pull for Bama tomorrow night so they can keep recruiting well if they win again? They're going to recruit well and keep beating you like a trailer trash girl while you go around town bragging, well, at least I get beat by the biggest arms in town. Idiots, grow a brain. Almost took up an offering on that. I'm preaching tonight. Lord, you can tell it's Sunday. Lord, we're down here in football country. Or if Jesus is Lord, football is king, and you're looking at the freaking Pope. I'm here. And I'm glad to be here. I'm telling you right now, I'm so excited. I'm telling you, back in the 90s when we were playing piss ball, I could remember pulling for Clemson, just hoping that one day that they could compete with Florida State. I remember the years when they played against Florida State, and we lost 45-26 in the Valley in 1996. And I was actually happy because we didn't get blanked like we did by them the past couple of years. I can remember when Clemson, back in the early 2000s, had like 2 or 3 seasons in a row where they, listen to this, where they lost 4 games by a combined total of 12 points in one season. I can remember having a really, really good football team a long time ago, back when Bowden was there, and we were slated to possibly play for the national championship. And guess what? He ended up having to be let go, or he resigned, or whatever happened. We know what happened. I remember that time. I remember looking at all the wasted talent. I can remember. And tonight, I'm sitting here waiting on my Tigers to play the national championship tomorrow night. It's the most freaking wonderful time of the year. I feel like that butthole song again. That's what I feel like right now. I don't care. Let me tell you this, Alabama. There's one thing I can't say about our teams. Our teams is the best teams in college football. We have the best players. We have the best coaches. And we're right to be in this game. Tomorrow night, we are the only 2 teams who could play in that game. Georgia, half your team declared for the NFL. I don't care what you recruited like. You lost your number. You know what I love about Georgia? Is in the preseason, Clemson fans would sit there and go, well, we got the number 1 recruit in the country according to, no. Ooh, Georgia got the number 1 recruit in the country. What's his name? Oh, it's that boy who's transferring up to Ohio State. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now I remember him. Oh, Lord, this is great. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, what can we say? Play in the Big 12. Though that was a problem for Georgia. Ohio State, what can we say about you? You always find a way to blow it. How did you lose to Purdue? By like what, 29? 49 to 20. I remember watching that game. Sitting there shaking my head like a goat. Tiger Nation's in here. May there to you. May there. Good to see you. Just dropped my guitar pick. Though I'm not playing guitar, it is sitting right here, and I might bust into song any minute. Somebody just said that Alabama has 2 great quarterbacks. Last I heard, last year, leading on up into this season, y'all talking trash about Jalen Hurts. I mean, when we won the national championship, all I heard was, well, y'all beat a trashy Jalen Hurts-led team. And now he's a good one? Are y'all schizophrenic down there? I'm telling you. I knew it was coming. Why don't you grow a brain, Alabama? I'll finish that one later. Oh, Lord, I'm telling you right now, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I know Jalen, he is vastly improved until he loses a game. And then he'll be back trash like y'all called him. At least we didn't call Kelly Bryant trash. We just said Kelly Bryant was a good athlete who shouldn't be playing quarterback. Just like that Fitzgerald kid at Mississippi State. Look, it's not like we're telling them that their babies are ugly. It's not like we're telling them that their grandparents were Nazis. No. We're just telling they're good athletes that can make it, making millions of dollars in the NFL, just not at the position that they're at. Do y'all get that? Does that ring? I'm telling you, I'm loving this tonight. My Tigers are playing tomorrow night. And Alabama, I just want y'all to know, we know that y'all are a great team. We know who your coach is. We know that there's more than one guy on your team. And that everybody on your team's not named Tua. We know it. Unlike y'all, we've actually been paying attention. That's why we're going to beat you tomorrow night. Because here's what y'all think. Y'all think, first they're in the ACC. Strike 1 and 2. I mean, we're in the great SEC, where everybody's great. Everybody. I mean, Georgia's best team in the East. Saw that panned out. Oh, did you see how Florida did against a Michigan team that A, sucks, and B, the only crown jewel that Michigan has is their defense, and I believe about half them boys set out because they didn't want to play in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl so they could go ahead and go into the pros. Do y'all remember that? I do. Y'all obviously don't. Mississippi State got beat by Iowa. Y'all seen Iowa play? Iowa. Yeah, it's funny. What about LSU? Offense sucks. Offense is horrible. It's always been that way. Even when they managed to stink when Odell Beckham was there. Well, we had that Brandon Harris or somebody playing quarterback for it. You know what? You go back and you look at a lot of those guys. A lot of those guys were 4-star quarterbacks. It sounds like a development problem to me. Just keep on piling it up. But I'm glad y'all are underestimating us. Y'all keep doing it. Y'all, listen to me. Y'all keep doing it. And listen, tomorrow night, y'all can sing Sweet Home Alabama all the way back to Alabama. From Levi Stadium. Maybe they'll give you a nice pair of Relax Fit. And we'll raise up the national championship. It's happening. We're gonna win tomorrow night, whether you like it or not. Gonna beat your brains into the ground. When you turn around and you get so mad, why don't you turn your frown upside down? I just wrote that off the cuff. Listen to me, I'm gonna let y'all go. But I could not let this glorious time go past us. Go past us. Go past us. Without celebrating National Championship Eve. My boys going to play. Hey, listen, Alabama, we respect you. It's just trash talk is on. Just like y'all do, we're going for it. We're going to beat you tomorrow night. But, yeah, two best teams made it. You know what? I'm going to finish this real quick. Saban and Sweeney was asked today if this was bad for football or good for college football. It was kind of, that question that those teams just continue to end up in the national championship. And I like the answers of both of them. Especially Sweeney's. Sweeney said, we used to have a way to where you would have two teams play over here, it didn't make sense. Have two teams over here it played, it didn't make sense. And then people would vote on who the national championship was. And you'd have like 2 or 3 national champions. That's dumb. I tell you, here's what's good for college football. When the two best teams does get in. And they did. And I'm looking forward to it tomorrow night. And everybody else who's pissed about this and who's upset and they didn't get in and they feel like they were done wrong and they feel like this and they did that. Here's what I'm going to say. You're not that good. All right. See y'all tomorrow night. Lord, I'll be in and out all night. Just feeling the goodness. Remember, you keep showing up. And I'll keep showing out. Bobby Durkins. Turn this off. How do I turn this off? I need to turn it off. Right there. Hit the end button.